Hello? Oh, okay. The light didn't go on. Good evening. Welcome to the meeting of the Skokie Village Board for Monday, October the 7th. Safest place in the United States of America this evening. This evening, we have a couple of gentlemen from the Cub Scouts who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Gentlemen, if you'd like to take the microphone. Welcome. This evening, we will be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by Cub Scout Pack 85, so if everybody would rise. Gentlemen?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The meeting will come to order. We thank the Cub Scouts for getting us off this evening. Great job, guys. The clerk will please call the roll.
Trustee Roberts.
Here.
Trustee Sutker.
Here.
Trustee Ulrich.
Here.
Trustee Bromberg.
Here.
Trustee Klein.
Here.
Trustee Greg Keeler.
Here.
Mayor Van Duzen.
Here, we have a quorum. The next item on the agenda is approval of the consent agenda for this evening's meeting. A motion is in order. Trustee Robert, seconded by Trustee Ulrich. Is there anything on the consent agenda anybody would like to have removed? Oh, thought for a minute I saw a hand go up. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Roberts.
Aye.
Trustee Sutker.
Aye.
Trustee Ulrich.
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg.
Aye.
Trustee Klein.
Aye.
Trustee Greg Keeler.
Aye.
Mayor Van Duzen.
Aye. The motion passes. This evening, I have the pleasure of introducing the Consumer Affairs Chair, Joanne Haberlein. Joanne, who will introduce the Skokie Business of the Year Awards. And Joanne, would you introduce the Consumer Affairs members who are here also?
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, first I have, my microphone. Most awesome commission. Cliff Levy is here. George Matthew, Anil Pilar. And that's all that I've seen. Anybody else here tonight? We need more members, Mayor. So do you want me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first, thank you to all of you. Thank you to all of you you trustees who are supporting this program, which recognizes some of our local businesses. And I want to say thank you to anybody who's here who submitted a nomination, and you're all welcome to do that. Submit nominations for the business that you would like to see recognized. Just to give you a little idea how it works, you nominate somebody, we send that business a questionnaire, and then we go over all the questionnaires to get to know the businesses a little bit better. And we have 3 levels. We have a winner, honorable mentions, and runners-up, which I didn't do in the right order. This year, the honorable mention certificates go to Assyrian Family Health Alliance, Chocolate Shop, Edward Jones, Grove of Skokie, Cumin Math and Reading, North Shore Community Bank, Reiser Animal Hospital, and Taco Bell. Is anyone here from any of those? And which business, sir?
For the Assyrian Family Health Alliance.
Thank you very much. 3 businesses are receiving plaques, certificates of appreciation as runners-up for Business of the Year. The first is Poochie's, who was nominated by Mara Trotsky. Is Mara here tonight? Chris Christian indicated that Poochie's has been in Skokie for 50-plus years, so that's quite a landmark here in Skokie. When asked why Poochie's should be Business of the Year, Chris wrote, "Because we always have our hearts and souls into our business." And then he drew a big smiley face. Is Chris here? Chris, we had expected Chris to be here. Okay. Well, we'll just give it to Brian here instead. The next runner-up is the Chicago Jewish Funerals. Chicago Jewish Funerals were nominated by Rebecca Kravitz. Is Rebecca? Yes.
Yes.
Rebecca, just stand up for a minute, please. And what Rebecca wrote on her nomination, they are very polite and caring when you are dealing with a difficult time. Mr. Jacobson was wonderful. I know Yelp might be a strange place to look at ratings, but Chicago Jewish Funerals has a 5-star rating. The Skokie Chapel was named one of the top 5 most architecturally interesting funeral homes in the world by Fraser Consultants. The building's 2 chapels are covered nearly floor to ceiling with windows, casting light throughout the space and offering grieving families life-affirming, healing energy. Their multilingual staff speaks more than 6 languages. I believe that Mr. Polstein is the person submitting a 3-page letter. He not only filled out the questionnaire, he wrote a whole letter. Is David Jacobson here? Would you come up, please, sir? The additional runner-up is Crafty Beaver, who's been in business since 1934, even before I was born. Crafty Beaver was nominated by Christy Brown and Jane Wise. Are either Christy or Jane here? Okay. Yelp reviews for Crafty Beaver included comments of low prices, excellent service, knowledgeable employees, and the kitchen designer is a gem. When completing the questionnaire, Gary Barris answered the question, "Why do your customers select you?" He wrote, "We are a family business, dedicated, honest, and ethical. We strive every day to improve our business and our community and our neighborhoods." Also, he wrote, "We must change and adapt to the times." There's a lot of changes and adaptations since 1934. In products, customer service, advertising, presentation, procedures, technology, and equipment. A review on Angie's List stated, "A great place to go if you want that mom and pop personal feel." And I spoke to Bob Dozel, and he was going to be here to, is that you?
There we go.
Come on up.
Thank you very much.
Not yet, not yet. Do you see one? The 2019 Business of the Year had a couple of nominations, which included a reason for nomination. They have brought quality live entertainment to downtown Skokie at an affordable price. Wendy Kaplan and Wayne Mell were here.
Yep, they're here.
Okay, come on up. I didn't see you, Wayne.
I sneak in like a ninja.
Hi, I have a few more things to say about you. No, stay here.
Really, rather not.
No, come on. Okay, that's fine. Since when Wendy answered the question, why should your business be Business of the Year? She wrote, we bring 14,000 people into downtown Skokie each year with their entertainment. And that makes a difference to the other downtown businesses. And artistic excellence. Since 2014, Madcap Productions has been the resident production and management company for the Skokie Theater. Madcap Productions was started in 2010 by producer Wendy Kaplan and director Wayne Mell. They had been working independently for many years and met collaborating on a project. They believed there was a need for a quality regional theater in the suburbs and began scouting for a home. Lucky for Skokie, they found the Skokie Theater, which they transformed from a movie theater. In addition to booking Chicagoland's top singers, musicians, dancers, and comedians, Madcap produces a 4-play subscription series, plus many special events, including the Skokie Idol competition and the Short Play Festival. Mayor, would you mind coming and helping me lift this big old trophy? Okay, now you have to come over here.
Okay. I'm sorry, I missed the dress rehearsal.
And if Cliff and Anil and George, would you come up to me? This is a traveling trophy, so there's a list of names on here of past winners. And Brian was telling me he had to wrest it away from, I'm supposed to be over here, right? Wrest it away from Ace Hardware. Cliff is on his way. Congratulations, guys.
Now for a little showmanship.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor.
Wayne?
Hi. I'm Wayne Mell. That's Wendy Kaplan, in case you guys couldn't figure that out. It has not gone beyond our notice that normally you guys give this award to businesses that have been here in the community forever and working very hard. We're kind of newcomers. We've only been here a little over 5 years. But the Skokie Theater itself has been here since 1911, and we feel very privileged and very honored that you entrusted in our care and that you let us entertain you and that you have shown us the support that you have. And we are very grateful for all of you who've come and all of you who have brought people to show them what we can do. And we will continue to bring you quality entertainment, without dancing cats and burlesque shows, and as long as we're welcome. So thank you all very, very much for your support and the award. Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks to the Consumer Affairs Commission for all of your hard work. It wasn't easy sifting through all of those nominations and applications. The one thing that I think unites the Skokie Theater, Crafty Beaver, Poochie's, Chicago Jewish Funeral Homes, and all of the other honorees, is that they are great corporate neighbors. They give excellent customer service, they're friendly, and they truly are our neighbors, and we're proud to have all of them in town. And it's one of the things that I think makes Skokie such a desirous place to live and to shop, and to get some very good entertainment. If you haven't been to the Skokie Theater, you don't know what you're missing. It's a great live venue. It's intimate in nature, and the performances are always outstanding. So congratulations to Wendy and Wayne, and Wendy and Wayne, and also to Crafty Beaver, Poochie's, and Chicago Jewish Funerals. Thank you for everything that you contribute to our community. And in that vein, another great contribution to our community is the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners. They put in hours of work in bringing us one of the truly finest police departments in the United States. And so it's great pleasure to introduce Helene Levine this evening, who will conduct our swearing-in ceremony. Helene?
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening. Mayor Van Duzen, trustees, Police Chief Scarpelli, Interim Fire Chief Hofleck, and all of us who are here on this very special evening. I want to especially acknowledge the family and friends of tonight inductees. You have so much to be proud of. I would first like to begin with a poem for all of our first responders, entitled Heroes. Some think the world is now insane. There is more of them than us. But listen to this thoughtful claim. Jump off the hopeless bus. As long as we have heroes near who risk their lives, there isn't much we need to fear, no setting of the sun. In or out of uniform, working or just watching, first responders, as their norm, arrive to do the helping. For never fear the evil deeds, we all must go on living, for good will always plant the seeds of heroes forever giving. That poem is written by Rick Zablonsky. He wrote it in 2013, and it has a great meaning for all of us, especially tonight. Because tonight we are here for the swearing in of our newest Village of Skokie police officers, as we must never forget that the men and women who serve as first responders deserve our admiration. They are often the first on the scene of a tragedy and provide security and comfort to those suffering. We invest our police officers with the authority to promote and keep the peace. They deserve our support and our utmost gratitude as they do their jobs. It is now my great honor to have this opportunity to begin the swearing-in ceremonies. I would like to call up Andre Bravo. Andre, do this. Raise your right hand, please, and state your name.
Andres Bravo,
Do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
State of Illinois,
State of Illinois,
the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
and the rules and regulations
and the rules and regulations
of the Police
of
Department
the Police Department,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of a police officer to the best of my ability.
of a police officer to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, Andres, would you introduce your family and friends who are here this evening?
Well, I have my parents over here, Juan and Sonia Bravo. I have my sister and brother-in-law, Lucy and Waldo, and I have my lovely girlfriend over there coming with me.
Joseph Solka. Please raise your right hand and state your name. I
Joseph Solka,
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
State of Illinois,
State of Illinois,
the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
and the rules and regulations
and the rules and regulations
of the Police Department
of the Police Department
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of a police officer to the best of my ability.
of a police officer to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Okay, and Joseph, would you introduce your family and friends to us?
Sure. Over there, my parents, if you guys want to stand up and just. Those are my parents, my Aunt Mo, my Aunt Nancy, my friend Tommy and his mother. And, yep.
Welcome.
Mark, you can help me with the last one. Mark
Lazarescu.
Lazarescu. Congratulations. Raise your right hand. I, state your name,
Mark Lazarescu,
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
Do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
State of Illinois,
State of Illinois,
the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
and the rules and regulations
and the rules and regulations
of the Police Department
of the Police Department
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of a police officer to the best of my ability.
of a police officer to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Mark.
And Mark Lazarescu. I practiced it.
I have to.
I'm glad you asked because I wasn't sure of my pronunciation, so thank you. Mark, would you introduce your family and friends?
Yes, I have my wife right there, Deborah Lynn, her parents, Ron and Linda.
Welcome.
Mazina
Yes, ma'am.
Sadie.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Please raise your right hand and state I.
Mazina Zaidi,
Do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
State of Illinois,
State of Illinois,
the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
the rules and regulations
and the rules and regulations
of the Police Department
of the Police Department
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I faithfully discharge the duties
of a police officer to the best of my ability.
of a police officer to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Okay, Mazina,
Yes, sir.
guess what I'm going to ask you?
My family, sir.
Yes, please.
I did bring my parents. My dad, Salim Raisi, came from Canada yesterday for the ceremony. And then my
wow.
mom,
Very
Rana
nice.
Salim. I have my husband, Sayyid Zaidi, and my brother, Muhammad Siddiqui, right there.
Welcome.
Last but not least, Joseph Vodika. Raise your right hand. I
I, Joseph Vodka,
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
State of Illinois,
State of Illinois,
the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
and the rules and regulations
and the rules and regulations
of the Police Department
of the Police Department
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of a police officer to the best of my ability.
of a police officer to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Joseph?
So I'm here tonight with my mother and father, Alan and Alicia Vodka, and
Welcome.
my girlfriend, Joan Murphy, sitting here in the front row.
Welcome.
Thank you, Mayor.
Welcome to the Skokie Police Department. I think one of the things you will learn, if you haven't learned it already, is that the residents of the village don't just support our police department. We look up to our officers. Every 3 years, we have conducted for us an objective survey done throughout the village, asking our residents to tell us which village services they approve of, which ones need improvement, and generally speaking, where do we stand? Every time we've done the survey, and we've been doing it for a couple decades now, our police department always gets upwards of the 90th percentile. That's remarkable. And part of it comes because our Board of Fire and Police Commission really do such a great job. They work long hours, they take their time, they review the candidates, and in turn of that work, we truly have one of the finest police departments in the United States of America. And that fellow in uniform standing right next to you is the perfect example of that, Chief Scarpelli. But it permeates throughout the entire force. We are very proud of the fact, and we boast of it, that we are fully accredited, and we have been for quite some time. We remain one of the very few municipal corporations in the United States to have our police department, our fire department, and our public works department all accredited, and our health department, which I think there are only 7 now, board-certified health departments, municipal health departments in the state of Illinois. So we're proud of this record, and it's been certified by our residents. So we welcome you. We look forward to seeing you back for promotions, social occasions, and I hope you will always know how welcome you are in this village. Thank you for your service. We know you're going to do a great job for us. Thank you. Chief, thank you. I know you all are interested in the village manager's report on medical billing, but I think maybe we'll take a short break and give everybody an opportunity to congratulate our new officers. So let's take a short break.
I think your light is burnt out, unfortunately. We'll get it fixed.
Oh, are you going to introduce Kathy? Welcome. We cleared out the room. This evening, we will have our report of our village manager, John Lockerbie. John?
Thank you, Mayor Van Duzen. Item A is regarding a resolution supporting a statewide ban on flavored e-cigarette liquid to prevent youth use of e-cigarettes. According to the 2018 Illinois Youth Survey, the use of e-cigarettes has increased dramatically. This data is consistent with the observations of Skokie school administrators and parents who are alarmed at the number of students who are vaping even in middle school. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has stated that the use of e-cigarettes is unsafe for kids, teens, and young adults, and has also reported 805 cases of serious respiratory illness and 12 deaths caused by vaping as of September 24th of this year. A number of initiatives are underway, led by the village's Health Department and Human Services Division, to reduce the use of e-cigarettes by Skokie youth. In addition, the Board of Health voted unanimously to ask the Board of Trustees to support the ban. This evening, we have Beth Lindley with us, the Director of Human Services, and Dr. Kennard, our Director of Health. And Dr. Kennard, if you would introduce the Board of Health members that are with us this evening as well. And as you're coming to the podium, I'll just finish. I concur with the staff's recommendation and respectfully request Mayor and Board approval of the resolution supporting a statewide ban on flavored e-cigarette liquids.
Good evening, trustees. Thanks for having us here tonight to consider this important concern brought forward by the Board of Health. We do have a large number of our members here tonight. We have Dr. Swapna Dave. Next to her actually is Joel Afrek, who is the Chief Executive for the Respiratory Health Association of Metropolitan Chicago and has long been a collaborator on initiatives to help people stop smoking. David Clough, who's a public health analyst with the Skokie Health Department. In the next row, we have Mr. Habib Abbasi, Ms. Janet Haido, Dr. Rummel Sood, Dr. Tim Yukana, Pat Urbanis, Ruth Varma, Irtaza Usman. In the next row, we have Ashley Moy Wooten and Heidi Nickish Duggan. They are all here tonight to support the action that we've brought forward to the board.
Okay, I would like to point out just a couple items in the resolution that the Board of Health has proposed. Whereas according to the 2018 Illinois Youth Survey, the use of e-cigarettes has increased dramatically, with 26.7% of seniors, 18.3% of 10th graders, and 7.4% of 8th graders reported having vaped within the past 30 days. Whereas e-cigarettes have been heavily marketed to youth, with about 8 in 10 middle school and high school students reporting that they have seen e-cigarette advertising. And finally, Whereas the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention just recently announced that 805 cases of severe respiratory illness, and that I heard on the news this evening is now 1,000
That's correct.
severe respiratory illness, and the resolution says 12 deaths this evening. A report on the PBS News listed 18 now.
Yes.
Deaths caused by vaping. This is obviously a very serious problem, and it is resolved that the Skokie Board of Trustees urge the governor and the Illinois General Assembly to ban the sale of flavored e-cigarette liquids due to their contribution to the recent rise in use of e-cigarettes by Illinois and Skokie youth, with a significant potential for serious health risks. A motion would be in order. Trustee Gray Keeler and seconded by Trustee Bromberg. Trustee Bromberg is the liaison to the Board of Health. Are there any comments or questions? Trustee Sucker.
So I want to thank Dr. Kennard and Beth Lindley. We've been working together about this issue of vaping. As most of you know, I'm a social worker, and I am shocked at how many of my young clients speak about their use of flavored liquid e-cigarettes. They think it's safe. It tastes like bubble gum. It's not safe. We have to do something to let them know that it's not safe, to bring awareness to this problem, and to bring safety to our young people. So thank you.
And I would like to point out that in the evening news, Walgreens announced that it will stop selling vaping products. And I believe, was it Costco who, Joel, was it Costco who? Kroger. Thank you. I knew it was somewhere KC, something like that. So we're making some progress, but there are miles to go. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Roberts.
Aye.
Trustee Sutker.
Aye.
Trustee Albrecht.
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg.
Aye.
Trustee Klein.
Aye.
Trustee Gray Keeler.
Aye.
Mayor Van Duzen.
Aye, the motion passes. Thank you to the Board of Health.
Mayor, I was just wondering if I could mention our smoking cessation course sessions. Okay, it is called Courage to Quit. I just wanted to let everyone know, if you are struggling with tobacco use, we have an evidence-based program. It actually was developed by the Respiratory Health Association, and we have trained professionals on the health department staff who would be happy to help you quit. It's a 6-week program. Our next session is starting November 4th. We run it 4 times a year, and it's very collaborative, very supportive, non-judgmental, and we'd be happy to help anyone who might want to quit using tobacco, including vaping products. You can call the health department at 847-933-8252, or just stop by. We're down in the lower level of Village Hall, and we'd be happy to help you.
Thank you. And Joel, thank you for coming this evening. Appreciate all of your help over the years.
Okay. Item B is regarding the exciting topic of medical billing. Medical billing and emergency incident cost recovery services for medical reimbursement services of Orland Park, Illinois. The Skokie Fire Department currently utilizes medical reimbursement services, a professional ambulance billing firm, to provide the fire department with billing, collection, and financial reporting services. The current agreement is expiring, so a request for proposals was issued on July 31st to solicit competitive rates for a new contract. The RFP is also soliciting services rates related to the emergency incident cost recovery and health department flu vaccination billing services. Based on the responses to the RFP, it is recommended that a 5-year contract for provision of ambulance billing, emergency incident cost recovery, and health department medical billing collection services be awarded to medical reimbursement services. The contract service fee will be 4.25% of all payments collected, with one exception as it relates to the flu vaccinations.
Are
The village has worked successfully with the vendor for the past 5 years, and retaining the same vendor ensures a smooth continuation of services. I respectfully request mayor and board approval of the 5-year contract with medical reimbursement services.
Motion is in order. Trustee Roberts, seconded by Trustee Ulrich. Are there any comments or questions on this controversial issue? Being none, call the roll, please.
Trustee Roberts.
Aye.
Trustee Sutker.
Aye.
Trustee Albert.
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg.
Aye.
Trustee Klein.
Aye.
Trustee Gray Keeler.
Aye.
Mayor Van Duzen.
Aye. Motion passes.
Item C is regarding the authorizing ordinance for general obligation bonds, Series 2019A. As you'll recall from a recent board meeting, the executive director of the library, Richard Kong, made a presentation. He is here with us this evening. Richard, thanks for being here. The Skokie Public Library renovation requires issuance of approximately $18 million in general obligation bonds to finance the renovation costs. Per Illinois state statutes, even though the library is a separate entity, the village must issue debt on behalf of the library and has engaged Spear Financial Municipal Advisors to assist with the issue. Spear's analysis states this is a favorable time to issue municipal bonds. The bonds will be repaid through property taxes levied directly by the library. It is also recommended that the village refinance its existing Build America bonds, Series 2009B. The bonds have a balance of $15.2 million with a coupon rates ranging between 4.5% and 6% and are callable on December 1st of this year. The village stands to save approximately $1.5 million in present value through the maturity date of December 1st of 2029. To proceed with the issuance, the adoption of a parameters ordinance is required by the village board. The ordinance will authorize Spear Financial Municipal Advisors to present the bonds in the competitive market while setting minimum terms to execute the new bonds. I respectfully request the village board's review and subsequent adoption of the ordinance at the next meeting on October 21st.
So it will be on the agenda for the next village board meeting.
That is correct. And if there are no questions, I will move on to items D, E, F, and G, which were part of tonight's consent agenda. And that completes my report.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is report of our corporation counsel, Michael Lorge.
Thank you, Mayor, trustees. Good evening, everyone who's left. Items A, B, and C were items that were ordinances on the consent agenda at the beginning of this evening, and they were adopted at that time. Item D is a resolution on the agenda for first reading and approval tonight. This resolution will approve a plat of subdivision for the property located at 3856 Oakton Street in order to consolidate 4 parcels located in 2 subdivisions into 1 parcel. The subdivision meets all village requirements. Mayor, I would request board action on this resolution tonight.
A motion on item D of the corporation council's agenda is up for resolution. Trustee Klein, seconded by Trustee Gray Keeler. Are there any comments or questions? Trustee Roberts.
Is this the proposed hotel property, or what's located at 3856?
So that's, yes, that's along that same corridor, and it's steps being taken in order to manage the property into various sellable parcels.
Call the roll, please.
Trustee Roberts.
Aye.
Trustee Sutker.
Aye.
Trustee Albert.
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg.
Aye.
Trustee Klein.
Aye.
Trustee Gray Keeler.
Aye.
Mayor Van Duzen.
Aye, the motion passes.
Item E is also a resolution. It's on the agenda for first reading and approval tonight. This resolution will approve a plat of subdivision for the property at 10024 Old Orchard Road in order to combine 2 tax lots in 2 separate subdivisions into 1 lot. The Director of Community Development has reviewed the subdivision and has determined that it meets the village requirements.
A motion on item D of the Corporation Council's agenda this evening is in order. Trustee Roberts, seconded by Trustee Ulrich. Are there any comments or questions? Being none, call the roll, please.
Trustee Roberts.
Aye.
Trustee Sutker.
Aye.
Trustee Aldrich.
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg.
Aye.
Trustee Klein.
Aye.
Trustee Gray Keeler.
Aye.
Mayor Van Duzen.
Aye, the motion passes.
Finally, item F is an ordinance on the agenda for first reading tonight. This ordinance will approve a plat of subdivision with dedications of land for the property located at 9521 and 9531 Central Park Avenue in order to divide the property into 2 lots. An existing house on the property will be demolished and 2 new homes constructed. The new lots exceed the minimum lot width and size for the R1 single-family district. Included in the subdivision is a dedication of land measuring 33 feet by 132 feet, currently being utilized as a portion of Central Park Avenue. It will continue to be used as a public right-of-way. Mayor, this ordinance will be back on the October 22nd, 2019 agenda for second reading and adoption, unless there are any questions at this time. Then finally, Mayor, I would have a request for executive session this evening pursuant to paragraph 2C11 of the Illinois Open Meetings Act for the purpose of review and discussion of pending litigation.
A motion is in order. Trustee Bromberg, seconded by Trustee Gray Keeler. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Roberts.
Aye.
Trustee Sutker.
Aye.
Trustee Aldrich.
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg.
Aye.
Trustee Klein.
Aye.
Trustee Gray Keeler.
Aye.
Mayor Van Duzen.
Aye.
And
Motion passes.
that would conclude my report.
Next on the agenda is report of our Plan Commission, case 2019-30P. Chairman Paul Luke with Peter Pyer.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the board. I have one case tonight, cases number 2019-30P, a subdivision. At the September 5th meeting of the Plan Commission, we reviewed the request of Sher Brothers Incorporated to reconfigure 2 existing lots into 2 new lots through the re-subdivision of the property at 5500 Howard Street in an M1 Office Assembly Industry Zoning District. Lot 1 will contain the existing office building and parking lot. Lot 2 will contain an undeveloped parcel that is being reserved for long-term future potential redevelopment. Plan Commission concurs with the staff's report and request that the request be approved.
A motion on the Plan Commission's recommendation for case number -2019-30P, subdivision of 5,500 Howard Street is in order. Trustee Roberts, seconded by Trustee Ulrich. Are there any comments or questions on the subdivision? If not, call the roll, please.
Trustee Roberts.
Aye.
Trustee Sutker.
She will be back momentarily.
Trustee Aldrich.
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg.
Aye.
Trustee Klein.
Aye.
Trustee Gray Keeler.
Aye.
Mayor Van Duzen.
Aye, the motion passes.
That concludes my report.
Thank you. This evening, we conclude with citizen comments. Is there anybody who wishes to address the village board? If not, I think, and Trustee Sutker.
Aye.
Trustee Sutker votes aye. Do you know what you voted aye on?
I think on Paul's presentation.
Oh, okay.
Which you've memorized.
Very good. Trustee Roberts.
I move we adjourn for an executive session.
Talk to you in the morning.